All right, working drawings. So let's make a working drawing, a set of working drawings. Okay, which is an assembly drawing, a set of detail sheets. So it's going to go to new. This is English, right? ANSI IDW sheet, create. Size of the sheet. I mean, it'd be great if we get everything on a size sheet. The individual parts kind of smallish. Let's take a look at what we got. Let's bring in the assembly. Let's see here. Here's my assembly. Open. Let's look at it like so. That'd be good. Okay. And we'll do a projection like so. 2 views. We don't really need that view. Should be sufficient. Actually, we really don't even need this view, to be honest with you. I'm going to get rid of it. We'll do this view and one of these. Okay, so now on this view, first off, let's get this down to size here. Take a look at our sheet size. Add a sheet. Let's see what the B size sheet does for us. B size sheet seems about right for a full size drawing. Okay. Get rid of this large title block, put in a smaller one. Okay, so now let's take a look at this view here. Now I got some problems here. This is obviously sunk inside the object. So let's look back at my assembly. Let me save this. And let's go put this in like so. Let's throw this out. Let's do to the full extent that will go would actually be like so. And I'm just going to put a little bit of a gap here. Okay. I don't want it to interfere. Save that. Let's see if this updates the assembly. Okay. Let's double check something. Let's see, where am I saving this to? File. Make sure I'm saving it to the right place. Make sure that's the right one. Machines clamp, assembly line. Okay. So, coming back here, how can I keep doing that? Let's just delete these views. Delete. Since this doesn't seem to be updating, we'll delete this too. Try it again. Base. Okay. It is not coming in the way I would like it to, is it? Oh yeah, it is. There we go. So now we've got it all the way we want it. Okay. And this is a half scale or full scale. Yeah. I'm gonna go half scale on this. Well, let's take a look at full scale. Yeah, we got enough room. We can just make the projected view smaller scale. Okay, still good. Put the projected view in here real quick. I'm just gonna put it up here, move it down. we'll deal with that in a moment. First, let's take a look at this view. All right, I've got to edit view. Edit view. And I want to show, I don't want hidden lines. With hidden lines removed, that's all fine. Don't want it shaded. Model, display options, thread feature. We want the thread feature on. Okay. Let's take a look at what that gives us. Okay, see, here's our threads. That's the way things are threaded. And we've got a couple of issues. We're not seeing what's going on right here, which we should. All right. And up here, let me mess with this. Edit this view. And let's go shaded. And let's take a look at that. Okay, very good. We have a couple of little issues with this. I don't want that tangent edge in there. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Display options, tangent edges, take that off. Okay, those are gone. We're not getting, this is obviously probably an interference right here. It'd be nice to have a nice hard line down there. This, since it's shaded, I'm just going to let it be though. Right here. Also, it would be nice to have a line right here. We'll get back to that. Let's deal with this. Okay, we need like a little arc in here. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch on this view, sketch on this drawing. If I get a sketch, all right, I'll go to arc. I'm going to go ahead and put a little 3-point arc in here. Well, it's not working. Let's see, arc, 3-point arc. I would hope that this, yeah, this is good. Just kind of like so. That looks good. And then I want to change that line quality. If I right click on that and go to properties, I can change my line weight. Let's try 0.39 inches. See what that gives us. That looks about right. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here. This one looks like it's turned a little bit. So it's not perfectly right. So let's just put a straight line in here. From here to here. Oh, that's not working either. Okay, it should be right on. It doesn't look like it is though, which really is frustrating. Alright. Fair enough. Right click on this. Properties. That's 0.39. So it worked last time. That's about right. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing down here with the arc. 3-point arc. That's about right. I'm just guessing on this stuff, which this is an illustration, so it's all right. And then finish the sketch, and that looks much better. All right, so I got that fixed. And this is an illustration, so I'm just not even going to mess with that. That'll print up like that. Okay. Of course, with this particular drawing, we can put our balloons in. Annotate. Let me put my basic dimensions in. Let's go an overall from here to here. And a height. So from here to here. Actually, that's really not even important. We don't want that because it can move. It can go, that can alter, but this one will be good. This dimension here will be good. Our balloons. so I'm just gonna take this part here, balloon. Okay. It's part 1. Part 2. Part 3. Part 4 here. And part 5. And I'm going to put some text in there right next to it. X2. There's 2 of them. Okay. Grab that, put that right there. Next to it. Alright, so move this all up. I need to put my bill of materials somewhere. Well, hold on. That kind of screws since I've done that. Alright, well, let's hold up before we move that around. Because I probably I'll have room to stick it up here. I should. Let's see. Let's go to our properties. Okay. So this is machinist clamp. Machinists clamp assembly. Scale is 1:1. B-size sheets. Company. All caps. What am I doing here? Machinists clamp assembly. Actually, I don't have to say assembly, but let's see if it fits. And not clamp. There's really no part number. Okay, let's see, apply all this stuff. This is all good. Sheet 1 of 1. Okay, close that out. Our bill of materials. Parts list. Select document. Assembly. Okay. Put this guy right here. That's a little big. So I get that to sit right there. Yeah, we got plenty of room for that. Alright, so gotta edit this. Build materials right here, right click that. Edit parts list. Okay, I'm gonna change these all to caps. Okay, so let's look at our notes. Alright, so we've got jaw, stock, cold rolled steel, hardened all over. 6.5 by 6.812. Okay, I have room for all that stuff. So I'm going to put in cold rolled steel, CRS, HRD, AO, hardened all over, case hardened all over, yes, case hardened all over. You just make abbreviations. There's a list of blueprint abbreviations. Let me see if I can find one. Blueprint, or yeah, blueprint abbreviations. Yeah, see. I think 44 rows of this stuff. Let's see. See if they got one for case hardened all over. I don't see anything like that. So for hardness, hot rolled steel, heat treated, hardened and tempered. H&T or HT. Okay. Yeah. HT can be heat treated though, H and T or H/T. I'm just gonna go with what I got. That's pretty much self-explanatory. And let's see. Let's get back to here. Part 2, same as part 1, so I'm just going to copy this. I'm not going to put notes. I'll put notes for the stock. Can I do that? Okay. Okay, part 3, screw. Cold rolled steel. CRS. CRS. Pilot screw, again, cold rolled steel. CRS. And we'll put this other information on the detail drawings. The pins. Anything particular about the pins? It's just cold rolled steel, CRS. Okay, how to do it. Okay. Alright, so now let me save this. Assembly 1-1. Let's say machinist clamp MCWD working drawing. You can name whatever you want, whatever works for you. Let's move this down. Better. Okay, that works. Okay, let me give this a save. All right, now if I right click on here, I come down here to new sheet. It gives me a new sheet. Okay, with the same format as the previous one, which is right here, sheet 2. There's sheet 1. If I double click on that, I go back to sheet 1. Let me zoom up in here. See if that's the same. And sheet 2, double click on that on my sheet 2. So now I'll do the first part, which is going to be the jaw 1. Okay, open that, and I'll 5:1. We'll go 1:1 full scale. I can probably put both parts on here. I'm going to want to do well, let's see here. Let's do it like this. Yeah, this will work. Oop. Let's get that back. Open 1:1 here, like so. Here, let's put a third view in here. Just, I don't think it's necessary. It really isn't. Okay, let's just get rid of this then. Delete. Delete this view. Okay. And now we have basic dimensions on this. And start off with our center marks. I'm going to have to edit those so I can pull that out. Yeah, pull this out a little bit. My overall line type scale, I think I'm going to go in there and edit that anyway. These hidden lines represent threads. Okay, let me look at my options real quick. Manage, style editor, dimensions, standard ANSI, clueless line scale, make that 0.5. Save and close. Yeah, makes it a little better. Alright, and I'm going to need a center mark. Well, no, we're doing this dimension here, aren't we? Okay. Yeah, center marks for here. Okay. And again, I'm just going to kind of follow this. We got dimension from here to here and here to here. So what is it? From here to the hole. What's our, how many decimals are we talking about? Three decimal spaces. Okay, so I got to fix that. Tools, no. Manage, style editor. Let's run it slow. Word, dimension, we're doing default. Millimeter ANSI. We want 3 decimal spaces. Save and close. So that should be, let me see if that took. Let's look at this again. Yeah, I got 3 decimal spaces. So 3, 2, why not? I got that at millimeter. Hold on. I want default ANSI. There we go. Yeah, because this is millimeter. We don't want fraction. We want millimeter inch. We want just default ANSI, not architectural ANSI. And 3 here. So put precision to 3 as well. There we go. 1.968. Is that what we got here? 1.968. Okay, so then we bring the second one in from here to here. All right, and then we can do our overall. Why not? And I want to go from here to. Come on, give me that dimension. Doesn't want to do it if I just grab it right there. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. 4.750, it just says 4.75, but that's okay. And our width right here, 625. And we have, we're going to assume this is centered. They don't give us a dimension for that, so that's going to be the assumption. And we don't need a radius because we have this, right? Okay. Now, down here, really the only dimensions we need is this right here. Okay. I'll move that up. Let me see if I can put that inside. No. I'll put it right there. We want this dimension here. All right. And get to 0.313. Okay. We really don't need anything else there. So we just need our holes. And we have our hole and thread dimension. And that puts everything in there for us. Right? I'm going to put it on this one. There's two of them, and they're the same. 2B depth 0.625. Okay, I got to edit this because it's giving us a depth because it's 0.65 thick, right? Ooh, we need that, don't we? Okay. Where can I put that? I'm just gonna put it over here. Well, I could put it here, but I'm not gonna. It just clutters things, and I'm gonna break a rule and come outside with a linear dimension, but I don't want a diameter. It's reading the arc. That's what it's doing. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. I'm just gonna high dimension value and type in 0.625. Okay, because I can't get rid of the diameter symbol like that. Okay, now let's see here. Here we want to edit this. I'm double click on that, and I'm just going to get rid of 2B depth. We don't have a 0.625 depth. I'm just going to put through. There we go. All right. And that is the first detail sheet. Okay, so looking at our title block, all this, and we keep this the same. The title, this is the job, but Inventor won't let you like put an individual title in there for the drawing. Drawing number, that's our part number. Let's see. Project part number. We'll just keep MCWD is the name that I saved that as. We'll just keep that. And what I'm going to do is we'll just label this with some text, and I'm going to go with a larger font here, 0.25. 0.24, that's fine. Jaw. Let me underscore that. And we'll just put this right here. I could put, well, I could put jaw 2 on here as well. There's plenty of room. I don't need a bill of materials down here because I've got one. Let me go ahead and do that. Just move this over as well, and then we'll do jaw 2 over here. So let's place that. And this one's slightly different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a section view of this guy, because the hold on, let's redo that again. Now kind of funky on me. Jaw 2, 1:1. Right here. Okay. No, I don't want that. Oh, let me edit this. Edit view. There we go. Like so. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Jaw 2, and I'm going to do a section view because of what's going on inside, and you can't really see what's going on here. I'm going to bring it here to here, and then just drag it down to here. Okay, up a tad, and now you can see this bit. Alright, I want to change something here. I don't want that conical shape, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the part. And take a look at hole number 2, edit feature, and I have this picked right here, angle. I just want a flat choke point. Say okay, save that. Sure, get rid of it. And we'll go back to the assembly, and there we go. All right. Now, I wonder if it'd be better off to show the underneath of this thing. I could. I wonder why I'm doing it. Let's see what we got here. Let's put in our center lines. And okay. All dimensions are the same. So we really don't have to dimension this. But we will put dimensions for, let's see, our whole dimension. 0.343 fall through. And I wonder if I can put one down here on this. Yeah, there we go. Diameter 2.66, depth 2.5. And this is jaw 2. And this will get the point across. 0.24 inches. Jaw 2. And underscore. Okay, now we do need to put some notes here. So down here, I'm going to get my text out again. Notes. And we want 0.125. Well, there we go. 0.125. Let's see, 0.125. There we go. And let's look at the drawing itself. Where was I? Here. Alright. Stock. These are the same. So we'll go cold rolled steel. Wait, let's put the stock in. Let's put that in first. Stock. 0.65 by 0.65. What am I doing here? 0.65. 0.65 by 4.812. 4.812. Cold rolled steel, case hardened all over. Case hardened all over. You know, we got so much room, we can write this all out. That says one required, but that's just for this particular. There's only one of these required. There's one of these required, and they're slightly different. Other than the basic shape, they're a little different. So take down both jaws. That's just the stock material. Okay. And that'll work. So let's say this. And where are we at here? I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, then I'll do the next sheet.